Hello, welcome to my stream of this final between Matthew Guy and Andrew Selby. Match kickoff will be shortly. I just thought I would get a few words in. So it was a 32 player tournament, and the purpose of the tournament is to create a single winner who will get a package to attend the World Championship Backgammon tournament in Monte Carlo. So it's down to the final two. They've reached nearly as far as the Eiffel Tower, and only one of them will continue all the way to Monte Carlo. Let's have a look at their journey so far. Let's look at Matthew. Look at his first round opponent, none other than Gaz Owen. That's obviously a very tough matchup, but Matthew prevailed. I think he actually had to come back in that match. He was trailing initially, but Matt is a fighter and he kept going and finished victorious. If you notice, the first two rounds are 13 pointers. Matthew then played good old Martin, another solid player, and looks like Matthew found that game pretty easy judging by the score. The next game, I know it went all the way down to DMP, and really could have gone either way. But Matthew got over the line in round 3, and that gave him the questionable honor of battling Oliver. I'm sure he would have wished for a different opponent, but in a 15-point affair, Matthew came through, and he managed to beat Oliver, and that put him in the final against Andrew. Let's have a quick look at Andrew's journey. So Andrew dispatched the fake Jedi Aiden quite convincingly. I think he went like 9-0 up in that match and took it over the wire. Then Andrew had a very tough second round against UK team captain and organizer of these satellites, Chris Rogers. By the way, if you'd like to join in a future version of this event and try and win your way to Monte Carlo, the email for Chris Rogers is in the description. I think it's chrisrogers72@yahoo.co.uk, and that way you can register your interest in joining this satellite events, which will be running every month, I think. Then Justin faced Andrew in round 3, and closest match, which Andrew triumphed, and then Andrew had to get past Kozos in round 4, Christian Kozos, and I've played Christian, very, very solid player. He's right up there in the online rankings in the UK. So yeah, both players have really been through the ringer, and they've made it this far. So congratulations to both of them, and they're about to have their final battle to see who's going to go to Monte Carlo, who's going to be the winner of the winner-take-all first prize package. It looks like Matthew has already joined. Yep, Matthew's joined. We'll see. Andrew will probably be along shortly. We wish both players the best of luck. I'm going to have to do that. There we go. Now I will not be disturbed. So I didn't know who we'd have at the bottom and who we'd have at the top, because it's easier to see the game like you would if you were playing it. So what I decided is whoever wins the opening roll, that will be the bottom player. So if Matthew wins the opening roll, we'll leave things as they are. If Andrew wins the opening roll, I'll simply click this one button and that will change Andrew to being the bottom. So let's wait and see. Matthew's, as I said, Matthew's present. We're just waiting for Andrew. Let's hope he doesn't forfeit this match, eh? I don't think Matthew will mind if he has to wait 15 minutes for a forfeit. Get the job done. That's what matters. I think Andrew normally plays at around a 5 PR. Matthew can play at 5. I've also seen him touch double figures. So he'll be somewhere in that range. Alright, here we go. So Andrew has won the opening roll. So as I said, we'll change it round. And I'm sure he's going to make the 3-point. I wonder how both players are feeling, if there's any nerves at play at the start of a big match like this. 17 pointers, so not for the faint-hearted. Probably step up the 20, yeah, that's what I would do. 5 to safety and step up. I don't know about hitting. Got no home board. Seems a little bit. Let's try escape if we can. Alright, hit there. Couldn't avoid that. Would have been hit even if he had slotted the 4. He does hit now of having an anchor. The opening phases, both players trying to get a footing in this game. Try to get some position going. So still give and take at the moment. Make the 3-point probably, yeah, seems the best. 3-1, the standard 3-1 plays blocked. Double 2. I guess you just make your 4-point and 2 to the 11. There's no point playing ultra safe by tidying up that. I wouldn't do that. Okay, that's a hit and go to safety. It's fine, because now Matthew can just recycle that checker and create further contact. Here we go already. Now if he gets a 3, yeah, he does. What you do at the 6, I'll just continue. I might be tempted to. Yeah, I guess you can't go to 7, that's too big. Okay, this could be a cube. Depends how aggressive Matthew's feeling. You know, he's definitely got the advantage. It would almost be a shame to waste the advantage by playing too passively. But yeah, this is fine still. He tidied up a lot of his blots, which ruined his diversity. So that's unfortunate, because it makes it harder for him to attack now, because he's got less diversity. Probably no harm in being a bit braver. Step up and cover from Andrew, that looks right. What's this, a loose hit? This will be a big roll coming up. There you go. Okay. Wow. Double fives exchanged and both of them very big. That looks decent enough. Oh, what a shot from the bar. Andrew at the 6-1. So now you look at the race situation, and Andrew just wants to bring this home. I wouldn't be surprised if he cubes soon. He has some very good rolls like big doubles, which would be absolute market losers. 3-1 would probably do the same. He has 21 pips up front, in front. Yep, he has cubed. From Matt's perspective, I think it is a take, but you're not going to win too many of them. But you win enough to make it worth taking. Do you just make the 2 point here? Yeah. Definitely cover the 5 and 8 to 6 probably. So Andrew could land up with some like flexibility issues eventually. All depends what happens in the next few rolls. If I was Matthew now, I'd probably just clear the 13 point. That's exactly what he's done. Here we go. I mean, I'd be tempted to go 6-5 here instead of 13-6. When we missed, it's great. There's still a lot of gammons when we missed, but I guess being hit would suck big time. Maybe 13-6 is the way. You see, though, you're still leaving a 2, so you may as well hit with the 6-5. That's my rationale there. What's the difference? You leave the opponent a 2 or a 5. You know. As it happens, it would have worked. So Matthew recubes and Andrew has to let it go. That was a pivotal moment in that game. Double one's a nice roll. You can block in your opponent by making the 7 and 5 points. Andrew's going to respond in kind by hitting and making his 7 point. I wouldn't step up here. There's too many rolls that attack. I'd probably just go 13-9 and hope the opponent doesn't hit from their 24. Okay. Oh, that's too big. Matthew's back checkers are trapped now after Andrew had that nice 3-3 to advance his anchor. So a good cube. Definitely is a take. Andrew closes 8 point. No, what you doing? There we go. And play 6-5. Good. I might be tempted to step up. Yeah, Matt agrees. 24-22. I'd probably just play 13-7 here. Oh, I didn't like that hit. I don't think that's the right idea. You definitely want to step up the 23 so that your sixes can hit on the 17. And oh my. Now you've got to make the 2 point. Now you've given up your bar point. Now Matt's got a higher anchor. I'm not a fan of that passage of play there. So what's Matt? Matt could escape or make his 2 point. Yeah, probably 2 point is the right idea. What should Andrew do here? Probably just clear the 15 point. You don't want to put 2 on the 2 point, do you? Matthew can just clear his 13 now. It's not a point he needs to maintain. I think that invites Andrew to attack. I wouldn't suggest breaking anchor yet if I was Matt. You'd rather the build on the 9 so you can close your 4 point. You don't put a builder past your 4 point by going to your 3 point. I don't like that play from Matt with the 6-4. That's a nice play from Andrew, because if Matt does run off the anchor with anything but a nice double, like this double 5, that would have given Andrew opportunity to attack the 3 point with builders, because he created some nice diversity for himself. Make the 1 point, that looks good. Matt could be thinking of a recube soon. And actually not soon, immediately. So a tough one for Andrew. He doesn't really have the timing to stay back. He could start crunching. I'll probably let this go myself. You don't really want to be down 6-0 either. So 4-0 is a bit more palatable. Let's hope that Andrew finds a pass. I think it's a pass. Alright, he's taken it. It's not a no hope position. There are still some turnaround opportunities, but I do think it's a bit risky. Oh my word. Oh my word. What a roll. Recube. That would have been... he's playing on for the gammon, and the 4-1 was really nice for that. Wow. Wowie, wowie, wowie. What's he doing? What a game backgammon is sometimes. And now he's looking on for a gammon. Mr. Selby. I thought it was Shelby. Is it Selby? I've been misspelling his name everywhere. Yeah, it is Selby. Okay, well, I thought I'd been calling him Shelby. This gammon. This could be a gammon. Matt's out of Andrew's hair. Oh wait, Andrew's got no hair. So, anyhow, Matthew's not causing any more threat to Andrew. Andrew just wants to take all those yellow checkers off and win a very cool 8 points. And it's looking very likely. That changes things a bit. Matt with a big 5-5. Still close though. I'm glad I'm not sitting where Matthew is. I would be very tense. That saves the gammon. Probably a fair result considering how the fortunes of the game twisted one way and the other. Right, it's now 4-2, Andrew's favour. This match is in full swing. Both players have had advantages in the game and there's been a turnaround. I'd be tempted to hit on the 9. Yeah, Andrew is as well. The 6 is not a very useful number for Matt in this position. I'm probably just going to play out to the 18 here. It's less far to travel if we get hit. We don't need the 1-point anchor right now. I would go to the 18. What's Matt going to do? So Matt did go at the 18. Andrew's managed a hit. Probably just close the 3-point. Now you've slotted it, you've got to close it. 3-1, that's a nice roll for Andrew. If we're going to see the cube, oh, that's also a nice reply from Matt with the 4-5 in and out. I was going to say, if we're going to see the cube from anyone, it's probably going to be Andrew. I would suggest him to play 8-4. You see, you close a homeboard point, then more chance of your opponent fanning. Oh, I did not like that. 8-4 there was a possible cube follow-up. That's 2 off the 13, I think. No. Matt didn't go for the hit. Then Andrew would have fanned. Oh, I think that's a mistake. Oh, he's got out of jail somewhat. Run 3 and 8-2. Okay. It might have worked out well in the end. I'm probably going to see a cube from Matthew soon. And it should be a take from Andrew. It's not a very gammonish position. You don't expect to lose many gammons from here as the underdog. I wonder why Matt's not cubing yet. Surely he's not feeling too good. 24 pips in front in the race. Minimal contact. Contact's possible, but not looking likely. Maybe he's just being cautious in case he lands up and no, he's pulled the trigger and it's a take. So that's Matthew's only spare 6 he had. Be interesting to see how his position develops. There we go. That's not very pleasant. That's probably the best to play it. Andrew's hit him. Are we going to see a recube, or is Andrew going to play on? That's probably why Matt was circumspect with the cube, because you're winning in the race, but you could land up in difficulty clearing those outfield points, which is what happened. So Andrew cashed in his cube to take a 4-point lead in the match. Do you make the 5-point or the 7? You make the 7 because you get to hit at the same time. That's a very aggressive cube from Matt. He's probably feeling a bit of scoreboard pressure. I don't see how Andrew can drop this. There's so much game left to play here. Hit on the 9 and cover the 4. Yep, Matt agrees. Double 3 is a nice entry roll. Double 6 is not bad. Yeah, I would have played it the same way Matt played. Andrew hasn't rolled yet, so he might be thinking of the cube, but I think he can definitely play on for a bit before pulling the trigger. He's got a long way to catch up in a positional sense. Alright, Matt's building a nice home board for himself. Look at that. I don't think we'll see a cube from Andrew for a bit. Slotting the 4. 5-1. I think you just play 13-7. Eight to 4 and 10-5. Yep. That's not terrible for Andrew. Look, because now he's got the 2-point anchor game. I wouldn't hit here. Yes, you don't want to hit in that position. So Matt's timing is a bit better than Andrew's, especially with big rolls like that. Andrew's going to crunch before Matthew has to open his blocking points. I would just play for diversity. So my 6 would be the 13-7. Yeah, that's how I would play. I don't see why we want to stack on the 4. That's what Matthew wanted Andrew to start breaking his home board. That gives Andrew a chance. Oh, look at that. Make the 2-point. I'd come in with the 1 and take off with the 3. If everything goes well, Matthew could expect a gammon win here. Take a checker off, mate. 6, 7, 6, 3 off. There you go. No need to overthink that one. So lots of bad rolls after that. Ooh. You want the gammon though. You go play for the gammon. Andrew's home board is not that scary with the 2 and 6 points slotted. Okay. That's a decent roll if you're in Matt's position. Andrew's thinking about not losing the BG, which is worth 3 points. And now he's not going to save the gammon, but he's not going to lose a backgammon. Okay, so we have an even match at 6 all, or 11 away, 11 away, as some people like to call it. I like the running play with 6-3. Now I'd bring 2 down and 13-8. Yep. Oh, that's a bar point for Matt. Nice roll. Every time Andrew's tried to come out in the outfield, Matt's been able to hit him, but now he's stripped his midpoint. So any further hits would mean breaking the midpoint. But with the reasonably strong board, you don't mind that, do you really? I'll just play from the 24 here. Yeah, go at the 21 or 6-5 or so as an option. What's Andrew going to do here? I don't think it's worth making the 1 point. So maybe 9-3 and 13-7 for the last 2. At least you've got plenty spare checkers to cover the 3 point after a miss. But Matt has hit, so there's no miss. The 4 is not so clear cut. You could double hit and really go for the gammon. That's the most aggressive and probably the right play, considering Andrew's got no home board. It's, now you let Andrew maybe anchor on the 2. I think 6-2 is the correct play here. Is Matt going to agree with me or not? Go on, Matt. Good play. Okay, you got hit, but Andrew would have anchored if you hadn't. So, Do you just make your 9 point? No. I hate breaking my 6. I think that's the best, because then at least you still got the solid 5 prime. What's Andrew going to do with the 4-1? He resisted hitting. There's no nice 3 if Matt plays 20-15. I don't know about that because it's a long way back in the race if Andrew gets a 2 and he's stepped up to the edge of your prime that you've just shortened. So I'm not sure about that one. 6-5 is not very helpful for Andrew. He plays it alright. I think I just come out and make the 16 point. That's what I would do. That's okay as well. I can see that working, especially when we missed. See, if you make the 16 point, you duplicate 2s for hitting and stepping up. He hasn't looked at the 16 point play yet. Oh, there we go. Imagine if he had duplicated the 2s, that would have been owie. Okay, double hit. Andrew needs a 4. I'd say it's advantage Matt here. Yep. Just run from the back to the 16. Yep. I'd hit on the 1 point if I was Matt. Andrew's in trouble here. Losses in this game would be a gap. Now I'll just go 10-7 so that you can point on the 2 point. Come on, Matt. You can't do anything on the 2 point from the 10. There's no need to go to the 14 point. That's better. Go to 13. A 2 would be very big for Andrew. That'll cut his gammon losses right down. If you're Matt, you have to hit here. I'd hit from the 7, so I've got more numbers to cover with afterwards. You're either going for the gammon or you're not, right? You see, that would have been a time to break your 6 point to cover the 2 point. Shift now, 3-2, good. And 11-9, and then you're hitting the 3 with the 6, okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'd run from the back all the way, or 7-6. Your one's either 7-6 or 14. Andrew's still in some trouble here. Seven, 5. Be brave. Give yourself more numbers. Okay, he's done it. He finally got the closeout. There's no safe way to play this, is there? No, that's too safe. Yeah, just play like that. What you worried for? Double 6? Like, really? That's 1 off for sure. I mean, now a big double still give you a problem. Okay, Matt's got it. This is looking like a gammon. Gammon. So Matt was trailing 6-2. And is looking like going 10-6 up. Any late dramas? No, that's it. Fat lady singing on this game. Right, okay. Some questionable plays there. I'm glad it's not me having to play the game. A lot of pressure. This is a big match. You both want to go to Monaco. You've worked hard all month winning all your matches to get here. And you've just got one opponent left to get through. I'd probably just put another 2 on the 9 if I was Matt. You know, just race. 3-1. So Andrew closes 5 points, definitely. I can tell you from experience, when you're watching a game, it's easy to see all the plays. It's easy to be like, oh, I'd have done this, I'd have done that. Because you're playing relatively motionless, which increases your ability to notice and to see things. When you're playing, it's hard for some more than for others to take emotion out of it. That's a nice roll. I wouldn't be surprised if Matthew decides to cube, though he is protecting his match lead, but you still got 7 points to win, so you don't have to climb those 7 points one at a time. There we go. Matt has pulled the trigger. I mean, Andrew could take, but I agree with him not taking. Seemed a bit of a futile effort there. Just give up the 1 point. The Matt's hit him. See, I like running with 6-4, and if Andrew had run at the 6-4, he'd have got the second 6-4, and then he's escaped. It's one of the advantages of running at the 6-4. It plays better when there's 2 of them. Anyhow, he's got a semi-advanced anchor. I'll just go to the 8 point if I was Matt here. Spare a thought for how Andrew's feeling. 5 points behind in the match. Still a long way to go, but you'd rather be in the lead than trailing, wouldn't you? I think that's only natural. I'll try escape now. 21-15, 11-8. If we're not hit with the 3, we're in pretty decent shape. Andrew's probably going to hit on the 4. Nice, positive, aggressive play. Matt straighten though. Yeah, I like that from Andrew. Advance the anchor. That 1-5 is not the best because now Matt has to stack on his 8 point. I'm surprised by that. I hate hitting on the ace point. Did not like that. It's turned out okay. That's a nice roll. I would hit loose on the 4. That's what I would do here. Having the security of the double anchor, and I'll just, who knows what happens after a hit. Matt could lose his or find his dancing shoes, and that buys Andrew some momentum. I think that's the right play. I would not cube here as Matt. This is a volatile game. You want to protect your match lead. I'd close the bar point, definitely. That closes the 4. Or it hits, yeah. I mean, if I'm Andrew, I'm thinking of the cube now. Behind in the match, good move. You do need to be a tad more aggressive with the cube behind in the match. Quick take from Matthew. Just play 13-12. 4-2. Definitely cover the 4. And 1-6. What's Matt going to do? Hit on the 2. Probably. That's how he's played most of the rest of the game. Okay. And he's probably going to hit again. 8-7. Yep. Now, do you hit on the 1 point if you're Andrew? No. He opts for safer approach. I'll close at 12. I'd make the 3. You can't get to safety anyway, so may as well make the homeboard point. That's going to be stacky. Seven, 6, yeah. And 6-5. Four, 1. No need to be too smart, just 12-7, yeah. If I'm Matt, I'm probably running here. I'm hitting here, 2 off the 7. Go on, Andrew, close that point. Very nice. Matt's in a bit of bother. Yep, there's some gammons here for Andrew. Right, sort out your diversity so you can hit on the 1 point. Oh, double 1 is very nice. I wouldn't bother hitting on the 7. Just slot your 4 from your 6. You're blocked in. So hitting him is not going to... You're going to crunch worse now. That was a bad play from Matthew. You do not go 8-7 in a circumstance like this. You want your opponent to come round and open up the bar point. Matthew played right into Andrew's advantage there. You may as well hit loose now that you've played in this way. I think Matt could have avoided losing a gammon here. And you never know at the end of the match how these points, couple of points here or there, could actually be the difference between going to Monte Carlo and being with some of the best players in the world and meeting some of them for the first time, because not everyone's met the leading players in the world. I went to Monte Carlo about 3 years ago and I was very starstruck. It was really nice to meet so many people who I only knew from Facebook. So there's a lot at stake here for first timers trying to get to Monte Carlo. Yeah, Andrew's got 4 points back in this game. Right, we are 6 away and 7 away. I don't know how many are watching on the stream, but thank you to anyone who has joined us. It's nice to have some people watching the stream. I hope you are enjoying the action so far. Slot the 5, yep. I am friends with both of these players, so I do not have a favourite, and I hope so far that my commentary has been, constructive and non-biased. I wish them both good fortune. So that double 6 has caught Andrew up a lot. It's still very close. I don't think anyone will be reaching for the cube just yet. So the advantage in the race is currently on roll. That 3-1's a bit poor. 6-5 is good. So I'd say Matthew's just taken the lead in this race. 5-4 will help. Yeah, it's neck and neck. It's like you're watching one of those Fast and Furious movies where they're racing each other and they're going flat out, and then the one driver presses his nitrous and just goes off. Shoo! Gone. Okay. Similar structure. Both got 5 on their 6. This is just down to the dice, which is unpleasant because you can't control the dice. You're at the mercy of Lady Luck. Maybe someone could comment on why luck is referred to in a feminine way. Why is it Lady Luck? Why is it not just luck? Maybe someone can enlighten me on that. Okay, I think Matthew will be cubing on his next roll. Maybe not. Andrew is straight back with his own double 6. But yeah, it's still a cube. 5 against 4. On roll as well. I think Matt can pull the trigger here. Ooh, he decided not to. He's just going to play 5-1 now, surely. Still close. I'd say Matthew has still just got the advantage. And Matthew pulls the trigger now. and I think that was the right decision overall. Andrew has let it go. I'm not a fan of making deep homeboard points so early in the game, because you basically set your stall out, and yeah, you kind of then stuck to that choice for the rest of the game. Andrew doesn't mind it. That's not the first time I've seen him make his 2-point with the 6-4. I'm actually quite open-minded when it comes to backgammon. I think there's not always only one answer. Your personal style and the way you assess risk reward should also have its place in how you approach the decisions in the game. Andrew's going to make his 20-point. Yep, I think everyone would. I'd probably play 16-4 in a very nice position when missed. What else you going to do? It's got to be 16-4, surely. No, I don't like that. I like that. Doesn't mean it's right. I'm just saying that's the one I like. Might be wrong. See, you've taken away like stepping stones. You've made getting your outfield checkers home more dangerous by removing the 7-point anchor that you had. That's why that's not the best play. And he's paying for it now. I think Andrew's going to win this game. I think Matthew has caused or created some problems for himself. Okay, sometimes you make problems for yourself and it goes unpunished, fair enough, but looking at the players' positions, I think this game is going to be very tricky for Matt to win. So how you just play 13-6 here. I don't think you can do anything else. 6-2, 6-3 if it works, but if you get hit, you're in trouble. Okay, you got lucky, you can cover it. What you do with the 2, you lift. Okay, double 3 will help. To the 10 and to the 8, that's what I would do. So if Matthew cubes, I think Andrew's got a take. It's the difference between losing 1 point or 2 points. Like, I don't think this is very gammonish against Andrew. So if you drop, you lose 1 point. If you take, you might lose 2 points. I think it's as close as that. Depending on which play Matt makes, it's a good choice here. Do you make the 4 point or do you clear from the back? 5-3 is the bogey number. You probably win more gammons if you close a 4 point. So I think Matt should play on here. At least one more roll. Now you clear the 10. I'll just play from the 6, yeah. Okay, so he's finally in. This might have turned out okay for Matthew in the end, even after that double six play of going to 1 point. I don't think he should cube. There's definitely a few gammons to play on for there. You have to hit on the 21. You come in with the 5 and play 8 to 5 with the 3 so that you've got builders. That's probably better than going to 10. If I was Matt, I'd probably play 13, 8 and 6, 5. I'd be a bit brave. It would have worked. He got hit anyway. Fours. The 9 point is not that important right now, but at least it is 6 away from the open 3 point, so it wasn't bad. My computer says black to roll. I don't know. Is that who is that to play? Is that Andrew? Yeah. Look at the clock, John. Idiot. 9 to 8, yeah. Oh, that's a long ranger. 7, yeah. But there's plenty of return shots for Andrew. That's not one of them. I think he played that a bit fast. I'd have looked at slotting the homeboard 3 point. I think 13 to 7 definitely has to be one of them. If you're going to leave a shot, you're leaving a shot, right? At least have a builder there. 13-7. And then you'd find a 5 somewhere. Alright, Matt's done it his way. And it looks to have worked. Well, at least in terms of being hit or not being hit. Not so sure about that one. Andrew's a very fast player. If you blink, you could miss what goes on. I like that, yes. About time you slotted the 3. That's nice. Also, 13 to 9 and 6 to 2 is not bad either. See, your 3s are playing bad after that because all your big stacks are 3 away from your opponent. Try 6-2. You've played deep before. Why you don't want to play deep now? This is probably your best one. Double 2, so you make your 3 definitely. Slot the 2 and move up. Yep, bish bash bosh. Now you make the 2. Now you run from the 20. This could be an exciting one. 3-1. Oh. Break that 7 point. Okay. Now do you make the 1 point or do you just play 10-7 and 4-3? Yeah. I would play 13-8 and 6-2 now. You're going to have to leave there at some point. It's almost like who can hold their breath the longer. Ooh, that double five is nice. Well, it's nice for Andrew and it's nice for Matt. I don't know about that 6-1. To preserve contact. You have to go now anyway, but now you've got no 6 points. So even if you get a shot, containment's going to be difficult. Breaking my 6 point is never something I do unless absolutely forced. It's not a play I look at often. Because now, let's say Andrew leaves a 15 point. He's still broken contact, but now he doesn't have a 6 point. He could still have a 6 point and he would have broken contact and just played those in. So you've disadvantaged your position for no gain. I know XG sometimes says we should clear the 6 point, but more often or not, it's going to be wrong to break your 6 point, in my opinion. So Matthew has now cubed Andrew. That's a good cube. He's winning in the race. He's winning in the positional situation of the game. It's a good cube. I think Andrew will take it because of the gap on the 5, the fact that he's got the anchor. Okay. Andrew, let's go. So the match situation is Matthew's 3 away and Andrew's 7 away. Andrew hits loose on the 5. Matthew strikes straight back with the nice 6-2. Andrew doesn't have a nice 6 here. Yeah, run from the 13. Probably make the 3. Or step up from the 24 to 21. Yeah, probably would have been the better play. No, you don't go to the 23 because now the 8 point blocks your 6s. Andrew did not like that one. I think you have to hit because Matt's threatening to escape. And then you duplicate 4s if you stay on the 16 and you just play 6 to 5. So 7, 4, 6, 5. That would be my recommendation here. Now we've got an indirect and a direct against that checker on the 9. We miss with everything. You see Andrew's 2 checkers on the 2 point? They are quite well stuck there. That's why I don't like advancing there from the 1 point. It's only double 5 that will be like a very nice roll now. Not a fan of that. 13, 8, 11, 10. It's worth it for the diversity. You don't play too static. Oh, that's ugly. Ugly. It's an ugly play. Eleven, 6, 5, 3. Andrew's just building his home board. How about 7, 6? Love it. See, diversity. I'm always looking for diversity. So should you. Diversity is great in backgammon. It gives you good rolls. Look there, 6, 5, boom. But look, Andrew's trapped there. He's probably going to have to let this cube go and all. So Matthew's nearly in Monaco. Only 2 points left to win. This is backgammon. We're used to seeing fight backs. It's not over till it's over. Andrew's probably thinking that right now. He's like, there's no ways I'm going to keep fighting till the end. Oof, what a joker roll for Matt, that double two. Ouch. Good thing this isn't one of my streamed games, because that double two would have got quite a reaction from me. But as I'm only an observer, I can notice it without reacting to it. I must say this game's looking a bit like it's in Matthew's favour so far. Andrew's got the 1 and 2 back game though, so he's not without chance. Matthew's at the risk of sending back too many checkers. Yep. Because now Andrew's not going to have to crunch, really. Andrew can build, and then when he gets his opportunity, then he can pounce. That's a nice roll for Matt. You got to make the 5 point. Yep. Right. So now Andrew comes in. That's a nice roll for Andrew, because that means that Matthew will have to open up points sooner than he would like to, which is to Andrew's benefit. And this is really poised on a knife edge. That's not bad. You retain some outfield control in case Andrew comes out. Step up, yep. Okay, you're hit. That's a crunchy roll for Matt. Double one. Please excuse me, I need to go to the restroom. I'm surprised these guys haven't had a break yet. I'll be back as quick as I can. Okay, I'm back. Have I missed much? At least the match is still going. Imagine that you're commentating on a match and you have to leave and you come back and the match is over. Where are we? So same game. Matt's still trapped. Does Matt know how low on time he is? What's going on? What's happening? Has my screen, let me try refresh, like, okay, something happened on my screen. It was stuck on 11. I've just refreshed it and it seems to be working again. Don't know what happened there. Okay, so Matthew's not on 2 minutes, he's on 4 minutes. On what I was seeing just now, he was on 2 minutes. Something went wrong. So it's still 2 away, 6 away. So Andrew's escaped all his checkers, but he's got no home board. Matt's got 3 checkers to bring round, but he's got a decent home board. So a good little battle. Well, that's a nice roll for Andrew. He's definitely going to the 9 point. See, Matt's quite well trapped there on the 3 point because of Andrew's outside points that he's got. Probably just break your 5 point. I don't see what else you can do. Okay, yeah, that works as well. That works as well. Andrew's thinking of a cube. You are 4 points behind, so yeah, it's reasonable. Very stacky on the 6 point. So 9-3, 4-1. Yeah, what else is there? Okay, that's nice. Oh, don't play too fast. How about 50? How about 10-5? Andrew, you don't need the 10 point. You need the 9 point. So you play, 10-5. And you're not going to win the gammon, so you may as well cube. Gammons are very low here for Andrew, so probably just cash in or get your cube taken before. Yeah, that's fine. Now it might not be a cube. Yeah, the race is close. The good thing if you cube here as Andrew is that Matt's never going to send the cube back. Now you've probably missed the boat. Anyhow, better to win 1 point than no points. It's definitely a cube, yeah. Can Matt take and hope to get lucky? Andrew does have a 3-point gap. Maybe he can take. It's not like you're going to lose a gammon. I say double and take. That's what I would say here. But I could be wrong. It's just that if you do get lucky, you win the match. And you're only gambling 1 extra point. Makes sense to me to take here. Based on my logic. Let it go. Let it go. That's what Matthew decided to do. He was like, You could see he was tempted though. It was definitely not an insta pass. 5-2. That doesn't let you do anything. How about something crazy like 13-8 and slot the 5? Yes! Matt's got some crazy in him like me. And now you close up and split at the back for diversity. Oh, ooh, that's a bad roll for Andrew after Matt closed all those points. Good news for Andrew is he's only got 1 checker to escape. So 2-6, 3-5, 3-6, those sorts of rolls, would work well for him. And then he only has to miss the single shot from the midpoint. Now I'd make the 2 point. Andrew loves making the 2 point. That's a good time to make it. Andrew still needs to be quite aggressive with the cube. So, I would say this is a cube opportunity. Let's see if Andrew thinks the same like me. He does. What's Matt going to do here? I think this is a take. You still got a lot of contact. Hits on the 1. Keep the pressure on. Oh, double 5. That's a joker roll. What'd you do with the last 2? How about go to the 10 and then to the 5? That looks best. 5-1. Go to the 10 and go to the 6. So you want to go to the 10 because the 4 point is 6 away from the 10. So you have rolls where you can build your 4 point. If you play the 1 somewhere else instead of 11 to 10, you don't have it so easy to make your 4 point. That's quite a basic principle in backgammon. Oh, that's a nice roll for Andrew. Matt could be in trouble here. Oh my word. This could be a gammon. Andrew could come bouncing back into this match. A gammon here puts it 1 away, 2 away in his favour. Wow. It's looking likely. This is looking likely for a gammon. Gammon, 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 gammon. That's it. Wow. What a great final. It's gone right to the wire. That's awesome. Both these guys have put on such a nice show. If Andrew does win this ticket to Monte Carlo, I hope he remembers to take a hat with him. Wouldn't want his bald head to get too sunburnt over there. It's hot as anything in July when they hold the tournament. Saying that, Matt's also bald, isn't he? Or is sparsely covered. I know Matt's got most of his hair on his face, so maybe he'd have to be careful as well if he wins this match. I'll have a word with whoever wins and make sure they take adequate sun protection with them. After the game, I have arranged to talk with the winner, whoever that might be. They will be expecting a phone call from me after they win. So stay on the stream and we will have a conversation with the winner of this match and just ask a few questions and join them in celebrating their success. So yeah, after the match, do not scurry off because you'll miss an interview with the winner. So let's go back to the action. Yep, close the 3-point. That looked like an obvious one. Yeah, that's fine. Five one. You slotted the 1 point, so you may as well make it. Those double threes are too many of them are causing Andrew a problem. 6 is 6 and the 3 he has to hit. A 5 for Matt now. Oh, he's missed it. Another 3. Andrew covers it. Matt's in a bit of bother. But look at that. Oh, Matt's missed again. And again. Andrew needs to avoid losing a race in which he is very far in front. Looks like he's done it. Great battle from Matt. And yeah, it looks like he's conceding there. There's some fantastic moments in this match. It's a long match to play, to be on your A game for 17 points. Yeah, fantastic. Matthew has already congratulated Andrew, so I think he agrees the writing's on the wall. So yeah, that's it. Andrew Selby wins the first satellite to Monte Carlo. So I'm going to give him a call now. So don't go anywhere. Should we wait and see the PR? PR on Hub is normally not too accurate. So, okay. So about what both players probably would have expected to play at. If you were to analyze the match on XG, the PRs could change, fluctuate a bit. Okay, so let's get Mr. Andrew on the line. This would be a bad time to not get answered, wouldn't it? I did clear it with both players that I'd try to contact the winner after the game. Andrew does want to talk to me. Let's try one more time. Hello?
Hello, John.
Hello, it's Virgin Atlantic. Would you like to book your tickets to Nice?
Yeah, I think with the amount of money at stake, it's more like Ryanair and anything over and above a backpack.
How do you feel, champion?
I feel exactly as I did before the game.
Which was?
I just enjoy playing the game. Once the game is over, for me, in a nice sense, it's over. But I am excited that I can now have an argument with my wife as to whether I can go to the Monte Carlo World Championships 3 weeks before I'm hosting the WKBGF World Championships for 7 days.
Yeah, it's going to be a very busy time for you, won't it?
Yeah, I think it could be a very awkward time.
And yeah, well done for winning.
That's exciting.
Well done for getting through 5 rounds, and you had many battles along the way to even get to this stage.
Yeah, no, I have to say, I think Matt did it the hard way. I had a slightly more fortuitous side of the draw.
I don't know. I mean, you did play Chris and Christian, and they're not easy by any stretch. So I think you do yourself a disservice. Even getting past Matt, you didn't have it all your own way in that match. You had to hang in there.
I assume he had more luck than me, in fairness.
I don't know about that. Hub normally will always award luck to the winner. It's hard to win and be rated as the unluckiest. But yeah, the game did ebb and flow, definitely. You both had your moments.
For sure.
Can I give you some advice, please, for your trip?
Absolutely.
Take some sun cream for your head.
I'll be wearing a toupee.
Don't need to get sunstroke on your bald head, okay, Andrew? Do you have anything to say to anyone who has lasted this long on the stream. Any words
Oh, we're
about?
still on the stream. If you are, I apologise for keeping you up so late, because I'm assuming we've got people all over the world watching this.
I don't know. We might do.
No, on a serious note, I hope everyone enjoyed the game. It's great that people like you are showing initiative to even show these matches. You know, everyone like you that does their bit to enhance the profile of the game. Is kudos to you all, and big pat on the back. So thank you, John.
Okay, I'm going to go write a message of condolence to Matt now. You go off and have your discussion with your wife that you're looking forward to having. And very well done, Andrew.
Thank you. No, really appreciate it and look forward to seeing you soon.
All right, yeah, I'm sure I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Thanks.
Take care now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching the stream. It was an exciting match, and I'm happy I decided to stream it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. You should be able to make comments after the video is completed. I made a choice of setting it for kids to be able to view, so I was mindful to watch my language, etc. And also when I changed that setting, YouTube automatically turned commenting off so that they can keep like children safe from bad things. But I'm sure after the stream, I think commentary will then be allowed on the video. So if you're able to make comments afterwards and let me know your thoughts, that will be appreciated. Get hold of Chris Rogers if you'd like to play part in the next satellite event that will be running. And yeah, that's it. Have a nice rest